afternoon, everybody. I'm Trace Gallagher in for Martha McCallum. Breaking right now on the story amid concerns about his age as the 2024 campaign picks up. You see there President Biden moments ago taking a tumble at the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado. It all comes as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis campaigns in New Hampshire, and former President Trump is on the ground with voters in Iowa. We'll see him later tonight on Fox in our first town hall hosted by Sean Hannity. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. The two frontrunners making multiple stops today, swiping each other along the way.
When I heard DeSantis go out and say and talk about 8 years, we need 8 years. You don't need 8 years. You need 6 months. We can turn this thing around so quickly. If you need 8 years, who the hell wants to wait 8 years?
Leadership is also not entertainment. It's not about building a brand. It's not about virtue signaling. It is about producing results.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are interrupting your daily memes and scrolling and newsfeed and video watching to bring you a very, very painful report. A report that says that Jill Biden, along with her entire extended family, along with the entire Democrat Party and the deep state apparatus, are soulless goblins. They are goons. They are people who are not deserving of the status of humans with souls, all right? Because you must be a soulless, heartless person. We talk a lot about horrible operations these days that are barbaric. How about removing your heart from your body and then still living like a zombie, which is what these people do. Because what they've done is they've put this 80-year-old dementia patient in office. They've taken that guy, they've put him in office, and then they give him the toughest job on earth. There is no more tougher job than being president of the United States. Some may argue that it's actually an impossible job. That it is an impossible job to do because the amount of stress required to do this job is so much. But certainly it is a lot to, let's say, like a healthy younger man like John F. Kennedy, who had trouble handling the stress of the presidency. What about Joe Biden? A guy, again, who had dementia in the last administration. Everybody knew that he was already senile in the Obama administration, and they were just putting him out to pasture. And then they bring him back. Donald Trump, you, me, we changed the wiring. We changed the trajectory of the nation. They weren't planning on that. And then they had to bring Joe Biden back from his state of dementia. He was already in a wheelchair. He was already mothballed. He was already, again, put out to pasture, to graze. And then you get days like today, where Joe Biden had to go to Colorado. He had to stand in a pasture, call it a pasture, stood on a field, a football field, Air Force football field to be precise, and shook hands of graduates. And when he was done shaking the hands of graduates, he fell on his face. Not a little bit, not like kind of, not accidentally, not bonked his head like turning a corner. He just turned around and fell over, collapsing onto his face. Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a healthy person. That's a sick person. This is a man who does not have the capacity to walk, much less run a nation. And he's not running a nation, in fact. The people in charge of this country are not elected. That has become quite clear. Joe Biden is a corpse, an edifice that is shoved in front of us in order to make us think that we have some type of say when we don't. Biden 80 falls on stage while handing out diplomas, Air Force Academy graduation. The 80-year-old commander-in-chief tripped and fell on his knees and on his face. He got back up. Oh, wow. Pool report said POTUS was walking back to his seat. He fell. He appeared to have tripped on a sandbag on stage. When he fell, he pointed to a black sandbag, suggesting that's what he tripped on. Look at all these people tripping all over themselves to try and make an excuse for a man who can no longer walk. Oh, it was the sandbag, really? It was the sandbag. See if there's a sandbag in this. See if you can find the sandbag in this. Yeah, I didn't see Joe Biden hitting a sandbag there on his bike. Maybe Joe Biden fell. Maybe there was a sandbag hidden in this video. Maybe you, the discerning internet viewer, can find the sandbag. No, did you see the sandbag? I didn't see the sandbag. Did you see it? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This is really, really bad. Again, it bears repeating that Joe Biden and his team and his family and his party are committing elder abuse right now against an elderly president who clearly does not have the capacities to carry himself, much less carry a country. We're going to mute it, and you can watch. Right there. There it is. The man is falling on his face. Can we make that a little bigger, please? The man is falling on his face. The man is collapsing. I mean, maybe breaking something. Watch. Bam. Can't get up. Then he shivers, and then he's incapable of standing up again. This is not a healthy individual. This is not a healthy man. This is a sick man. And this is a sick country to do this to someone like that. Of all the people that I'm supposed to stand for on this channel and I'm supposed to make excuses for, Joe Biden's not one of them. I despise Joe Biden. But this is totally evil. This is completely evil. What does his White House have to say about this? Well, his White House communications director is saying, oh, yeah, he's fine. Don't worry. Look the other way.
Stage at the U.S. Air Force Academy today, White House Communication Director Ben LaBolt saying, quoting here, he's fine. There was a sandbag on stage while he was shaking hands. And so now we know why the president fell. Everything apparently is okay.
Oh, got it. Okay. A couple of things here. One, why don't you see the sandbag? Again, if you're a healthy human being, you're not seeing this giant sandbag in front of you. And more importantly, I mean, listen, guys, this just shows shoddy craftsmanship inside of the White House. Everyone will tell you in advance that you probably shouldn't put giant invisible barriers in front of a person walking, no matter who they are. I remember one time when Donald Trump walked down a flight of stairs or a ramp slightly slowly, and it led to thousands of think pieces, including from the loftiest journalistic entities inside of our nation, saying, oh, Donald Trump has dementia. Donald Trump has some type of brain damage. This was the clip of Donald Trump taking, at a military graduation, just taking a slippery ramp a little slowly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the memes are flying here. Days without Biden falling. 0. Back to 0. Unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because, quite frankly, I'm a proud American, and I'm disgusted by this. I am disgusted by what these people have done. I'm looking at you, Joe Biden. You soulless goblin. How dare you do this? You say you love your husband? Yeah, right. Okay, you cheated on your husband with the guy who's paying you to babysit. That's a fact. It's a known fact. Look it up. Joe Biden's first husband is out talking to people about this. Joe Biden cheated on his wife with Jill Biden, who was the babysitter. You don't love this man. You wouldn't allow this to happen. By the way, what kind of shoes are those that Joe Biden wears? Look at this. Man. Look at that. There it is. There you go. Make that bigger. There you go. Your president of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. How you like me now? Again, what kind are these ballerina slippers? What kind of shoes are these? Are these those Michael Jackson shoes where you can like lean over like during that famous routine where they like hook into they like where his shoes hook into a nail? Michael Jackson patented a pair of shoes so they could go like this during a song. I can't remember. Billie Jean, I think. That's what they look like. What kind of shoes are they? What the hell is that? What size feet does Joe Biden have? He looks like a tiny dancer. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Somebody who actually plays tiny dancer at his rallies is Donald Trump. Here's a side-by-side of Donald Trump going up a staircase along with Joe. Yeah. That was on the same day. It's Joe Biden tripping. On a different flight, Joe Biden is tripped again and again and again and again. These jackasses are going to tell you that it's some sandbag or it's the wind. Remember, this was the wind. They told you, they lied to you. They said this was the wind. I believe that that's the wind, the way that I believe that he tripped on a sandbag today. Trump has reacted. We have that clip loading. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing you Trump reacting live here in just one moment. What do we have? I'm totes this guy. Here's Joe Biden collapsed, and here is the guy, here's the cadet smiling. Are they cadets in the Air Force? Let me know in the comment section. Are they cadets? I think they're cadets. This is the Air Force Academy. He's in Colorado Springs, if I'm aware of my geography. Colorado Springs. Joe Biden falls. He didn't fall. He collapsed on his face. And now Donald Trump is reacting. Ladies and gentlemen, possibly the first people to broadcast this on a live show, Donald Trump reacting to Joe Biden falling.
He's at the Air Force Academy. He actually fell down. Well, I hope he wasn't hurt. I hope he wasn't hurt. But it's the whole thing is, look, the whole thing is crazy. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that because you don't want that. Even if you have to tiptoe down a ramp, you got to tiptoe.
Ooh, man, so Donald Trump making fun, like jabbing himself there. Donald Trump's superpower, obviously, being the consummate celebrity, the consummate showman, the greatest show on earth. Donald Trump making fun of himself, making light of himself there. Actually, quite a class act move. I hadn't seen that clip. Now you've seen it along with me for the first time. Joe Biden has fallen time and time again. Some people forget some of the smaller falls, but we don't. We don't forget Pepperidge Farm.
Located to invest in police departments and training of police officers. It appears as though the president did have a slight trip there as he's boarding.
Okay, and again, we could do this all day. We could do it all day. This is him leaving, I believe, Poland. ALX can correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me, is this the wind or the sandbag? Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we have the memes that are rolling in for this. Of course, you know there's going to be memes. Here's one. Here's the sandbag of Donald Trump. I don't think there's any music to this. Yeah, okay. The sandbag is Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Funny how none of the photos show a sandbag. Well, that's curious. Why would that be? Ladies and gentlemen, there's a clip that we often play because we like to go to not just bluster here. We like to go to the medical professionals. And there was only one doctor that Tucker Carlson trusted. Tucker trusted a single medical professional. His name's Mark Stiegel. Mark Stiegel, I know for a fact, because I know people who are close friends with him, is not a MAGA supporter. He's not some kind of right-winger. He is a very respected medical professional in Manhattan. He's at a practice. He has a bunch of practices, actually. He's a wealthy, rich, professional guy. He comes on Fox News on occasion to give professional medical advice. And he was close with our dear friend Tucker. Now, Tucker had Mark Stiegel on after one of these falls to ask, what the hell's going on with Joe Biden? Why does he walk like a robot? Why do you do that? What's going on with this guy? And Mark Stiegel gave one of the best answers, and it was really illuminating for us. It was illuminating for our show, and I hope it's illuminating for you as to how the demyelinization works with dementia. How what you're watching right now play out is a picture-perfect, line by line, straight out of the DSM-5 of a dementia patient in early to mid onset dementia. It's terrifying, and it's terrifying, but it's kind of beautiful to listen to in its simplicity. Dr. Mark.
Now I look over the physical results, the physical exam results of President Biden. And at first I was overjoyed because it's long. Dr. O'Connor gives a tremendous detail. But when I looked closer, I saw some things that bothered me. One, no cognitive exam done, not even a mini mental status exam where we simply ask a few questions of the president or of any patient. Number two.
Wait, I'm sorry. May I interrupt you, doctor? I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt. I didn't know that. Is that normal that you wouldn't even include a cognitive assessment?
It is not usual when you do that extensive an examination. It should be automatic. I don't do it on every patient that comes in with a sore throat, but with extensive physical, it should be automatic. It's not there.
Oh.
Number two is the issue of his gait, Tucker, where they flat out say that his gait over the past year has changed. He's stiff-legged now. He doesn't have fluidity in his gait. And they brought in a bunch of orthopedists and neurologists who say it's due to arthritis in his spine and a broken foot, which we still don't know how he fell to a bicycle accident. But here's what's missing there, Tucker. No MRI of the brain, no MRI of the spines, upper or lower, no EMG nerve conduction studies. When you have a sudden change of gait, you wonder, is it tied in with cognitive function?
Right.
Is there fluid on the brain? Is it something with the spine? There's so many things that can cause that I would want to know about. To leave that out altogether, very concerning.
So it is very concerning, ladies and gentlemen. It is something that medical professional, again, Dr. Mark Stiegel, if you're not familiar with him, he was Tucker's go-to doctor. He was the go-to medical professional that Tucker trusted. And why would he say fluidity on the brain? Why would he say that? Well, because if you go back into the histories of Joe Biden, and ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because we are loading some spicy memes up right now. Not just this one. This is a thing of beauty. Look at that. Here's Joe Biden sliding in. And I got to tell you, it brings me no extreme joy to do this show. I am a patriot. I love this country. I'm going to raise my kids here. I got a couple kids. I got more on the way. I don't want to raise my kids in a weak, floundering, and febile, embarrassment, humiliated America. I don't want that. There is some power to the commander-in-chief role. This is not power. If you're joining us, check it out. There's Joe Biden collapsing. Got a ton of new viewers. Here's Joe Biden collapsing, ladies and gentlemen. Onto his face on stage. Onto his face. So Dr. Mark Stiegel, going back into the Dr. Mark Stiegel commentary, Dr. Mark Stiegel is saying fluid on the brain. Brain aneurysm stuff. Well, do you know that Joe Biden, the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, that Joe Biden, that he's had multiple aneurysms, that he actually had a part of his brain removed, that he had have his skull opened up and operated on? He had brain aneurysms. I mean, these are very dangerous things. These are scary things. I've lost family members to aneurysms. Maybe you have as well. An aortic aneurysm for my family, but nonetheless, big clot, big problems. And your body can't function. That's just the way she goes, man. And Joe Biden had to have his head removed, his brain removed for that exact operation. Huh? Now, he's gone on stage and actually talked about it. Joe Biden, in moments of fainting senility, there's a clip out there. There's a clip out there of Joe Biden saying, I had to go get a part of my skull taken out. And everyone groans in the audience. He's right. Like, I'm not telling an old man joke. He's right. And so when Dr. Mark Siegel says he has fluid on the brain, that it's ruining his gait, he has no fluidity in his gait. What fluidity in your gait comes from? The ability to move fluidly when you see a normal person walk, when you see a running back run down the field during a football game and juke and jive and dodge. When you see those kind of things, that is myelinization of your nervous system. The fat cells in your nervous system is firing with the synapses and the electricity that is required to send messages from your brain to the rest of your appendages. If you want to do the wave, okay? Joe Biden would not be able to do this. I'm not saying it's very cool. I'm just saying it's the functioning of a proper nervous system. When you see Joe Biden walk like a robot, I think we have some footage of that here. Yeah, here it is. When you see Joe Biden wandering around robotically, this is due to the fact, as you heard the good doctor say, that he has a demyelinization of his nervous system is getting stripped down. Now, part of this is because of the brain damage that he has, but part of it is just the typical aging process. This tends to happen. It's the way God designed us. Watch. Yep. Not healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big problem. Now, because I have the greatest producing team on the internet, we have these clips for you. Joe Biden fell, and in 5 minutes, we had a live show ready to go. That's why you should like, share, and subscribe. It's why you should subscribe to our podcast. It's why you should subscribe, because we will be there for you. Trust us. Joe Biden talking about his brain missing.
And I had these terrible headaches, was diagnosed with having anyway, they had to take the top of my head off a couple times, see if I had a brain.
Yep, I had to take the top of my head off a couple times to see if I had a brain. I see these clips getting loaded, guys. Let's make sure that we load them up. I can see him here. Team is amazing. We have a side-by-side of Joe Biden with the robot. You can see how lifelike they are.
They're the same picture.
They're the same picture, yeah. Joe Biden. RoboWalk. Again, we showed you his shoes. We said, hey, maybe this guy is pulling a Michael Jackson. We showed you the shoes. We'll show them to you again. Ladies and gentlemen, the memes are flying here. We're loading up some memes that will make you very, very happy. It will make you laugh. But here is the photo of Joe Biden with his special shoes. Hold me closer, tiny dancers. These are the tiniest shoes I've ever seen. And look at those weird carve-outs there. It's like the Michael Jackson shoe. This is like the Michael Jackson shoe. So maybe Joe Biden has these little... Michael Jackson used to have like nails put down into the stage, and he could hook his shoe into them. And he has a patent for this. And then they could do the Billie Jean thing where they bend over like that. Maybe Joe Biden has those. We're not sure. We are not sure. We will keep asking the questions. And maybe when Joe Biden isn't literally physically locked onto a stage, he needs physical help to get from point A to point B. You've all seen this. Here's a great example when he was at the recent NATO meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not pretty. It's not great for our nation. And again, you soulless, gutless cowards, you vicious goblins, I'm looking at you, Jill Biden, who stole a bag of Reynolds wrap and turned it into a dress, stole a hefty garbage bag, made it into a dress to go to a state dinner at. You, Jill Biden, person who is really excited that Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business so you could raid their shower curtains for your latest wardrobe. You, goblin. You heartless, power-grubbing witch. You push this man, who you know has dementia, and you have an actual responsibility as just a moral person living on planet Earth. I won't say Christian because I really don't know. To protect the people, especially the people that you're married to. And so you're supposed to say no when Joe Biden wants to run in 2020, Joe Biden wants to run in 2024, or he's just being pushed to by a deep state. You're supposed to say no. You're supposed to say no to prevent things like this from happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play it again. We'll probably never stop playing it because you deserve to know what these people have done to your country. If you are a red-blooded, if you cut my arm and you see the red come out, red-blooded patriot like me, red beating heart, country where I want to raise my kids. It's all we got. It's all the rest of the world's got anyway. Nobody wants to raise their kids in China. Like, it's all we got. Look what they're doing in this country. They're humiliating us for power. That's it. Joe Biden is just a vector for power for the people that never want to stand for office. Because the real power in this nation is not on a ballot. They will prop him up with a stick up his backside. And he's going to need one. Watch. These vicious animals. The memes are coming in hot, and the memes are coming in spicy, and the memes are coming in freshy fresh. Now, we just showed you the, it's baseball season, so we're going to show you the baseball. We're going to show you the baseball scenes. I think we have an Eric Swalwell meme. There's Joe Biden sliding in. I don't think it's fair to say that Joe Biden is safe in that image. Here's some special Joe Biden falling memes that brought warmth and joy to our heart, and we hope they do to your cold, dark heart as well. Well. Feel embarrassed yet? Feel humiliated yet? I believe we have a new angle of the fall that was just clipped here by the great ALX. Go follow him on Twitter. 500,000 people have just followed ALX on Twitter. 500,000 people. He just crossed 500,000 today. Don't be left behind. Get on the ALX train now. Here's the brand new ALX. I'm going to pop you on the stream, ALX. Congratulations, 500,000.
Thank you.
ALX, what's this new clip?
Congratulations, 500,000. Oh, which one is this? I haven't seen it.
I'll let ALX get sorted. I should never do this. Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the new angle. I like the lady that just runs over to the side and is like, "Oh, see ya, gotta go. See ya, gotta go." My God. All right, so we officially have a number of official new clips here of this moment. All right? We have the sandbag. Apparently we have an actual photo of the sandbag. We loading it? We have an actual official photo of what is said to be the sandbag. Somebody get me that sandbag. Somebody get me the Presidential Medal of Honor being given to that sandbag. The official sandbag image, hold on, the unofficial sandbag image, but what they're going to blame on this, just like they blame the wind.
You thought you'd like to see President Biden pointing at the sandbag. The White House says that he fell over today at the Air Force Academy in Colorado. We are told that he is just fine and is now on his way back to Washington.
Okay. Is he fine, though? Is he fine? My team is checking right now on an Eric Swalwell fart meme. We will see, ladies and gentlemen, if that makes the cut. We'll see. Two other memes that I think are quite hilarious. The reality here is that there is... Oh, and here's more. My God. The team is just tossing them in. ALX, load those suckers up. I got Donald Trump taking down Joe Biden. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting spicy. This is why we go live in real time. This is why we do it live. We will show you the memes as they get created. These memes are so smoky. These memes are coming out of the meme smelters, all right, of the internet. They're so hot we can barely handle them. Something that you certainly would never want to handle is Eric Swalwell's laundry. Trust me. But you can see the memes. Okay, listen, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry, all right? The memes are funny, and we're not going to take this moment. The people who should feel shame here is not us for making fun of this. Lord knows if Donald Trump went tumbling down the stairs, that would be Saturday Night Live content material till the end of time. Kristen Wiig would do an entire movie about it with Zach Galifianakis, and who would be the Mike Judd would direct. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, worthy of meme material. We're not going to feel shame for making memes of this. You should feel shame, Democrat Party, deep state, super state, media, and Biden family for committing this act of elder abuse on this old, beleaguered, dementia-rattled man. Oh, here's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. Are you ready? I am. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, so what do we have? We have a situation here. We have a situation here where, one, the meme makers are going to be very, very happy. Meme makers are going to be thrilled. Oh, we have the Michael Jackson shoes. Oh, great. Okay. Fantastic. Hold on. You got to see these. This is very important stuff. There. These are the Michael Jackson shoes. Those are the shoes. These are patented shoes. I'm not lying to you. That's what they look like. That's what it looks like when you hook your foot into the floor and you lean over. Billie Jean, right? Am I wrong? That's what he does in Billie Jean. So those are the shoes. Does Joe Biden have those same shoes? Well, we showed you the image of Joe Biden. Sure as hell looks like it. But what do we know? What do we know? Ladies and gentlemen, I do know this. I know this. The meme makers are going to be happy. The Democrats are going to say that it's the wind or Eric Swalwell's fart or racism or climate change or, Target having to scale back their pride section that caused Joe Biden to fall. Oh, my God. Okay, you got to get that one up. The one that Ashley just sent. You got to get that one up. The one that Ashley just sent. Amazing. They're going to say that it's all these different things. And they're not going to point the finger at the people who are actually responsible for this embarrassment. Here's this Donald Trump giving the congressional medal, the Medal of Honor, actually, to a sandbag, to the sandbag. They're not going to point the finger at the one group of people that bear the responsibility for all of this, and that's themselves. They did this to themselves. They did this not just to themselves, but to our country, because they're the ones getting power from Joe Biden. They ran this human corpse, this warmed over cadaver. They are necrophiliacs because they have effed over Joe Biden so many times. They have humiliated this man. They've humiliated his family. They've humiliated his kids. They did it to themselves, obviously, but their craven desire for power has now humiliated all of us. All of us. Our entire nation. Nobody wants to see this. I ain't a Joe Biden fan. I'm as far as you can get from a Joe Biden fan. I'm a fan of this country. And so somewhere in the dark recesses of my heart, I don't care if Bill Clinton's president or Barack Obama's president, in the dark, dark corner recesses of my heart, I want America to not be humiliated and embarrassed. I want America to stand proud. And I want, at the very least, America's leader to stand. And we can't even get that these days. And there ain't no way to spin it. This is a debilitating embarrassment. I don't care if there was a sandbag there. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. They're going to lie. They're going to say it was. Should you not know that there was a sandbag? I mean, you're not able to see that there's something in the way when you're walking. You're not able to see there's a sandbag when you're walking. It's such a humiliation. It's such an embarrassment. My entire team is cracking up at a meme that was just sent. I'm waiting for ALX to tell me that it's that we're able to play it. There's stuff that we can and stuff that we cannot play, and it has nothing to do with getting kicked offline. It has to do with copyright. And sometimes copyright material gets dinged, right? And they nuke your video. Ladies and gentlemen, I will play for you the newest low point. The newest low point in America. As we check this meme, trust me, this is one you're going to want to stick around for. I will play for you the proper downfall, the true downfall of America in meme form. The Biden slinky, stinky stairs.
That's incredible! It's gonna be some kind of a record! Gay sling, go slinky, go!
Why?
Oh, man! Can you believe it?
I love this team. I love this team. Everyone go follow ALX. Everyone go follow at Smash Memes. Everyone go follow DA. We have such a great meme team here. DA, what's your Twitter handle? You got to follow this team. You got to follow this team. You want fresh memes? You want spicy stuff? You got to follow along, ladies and gentlemen. We're to make sure that we promote the team a lot more. ALX just cruised past at DA Memes 1. At DA Memes 1. ALX just cruised past 500,000. We're cruising as a team. We are cruising as a movement. I think that we're stronger and more powerful as a movement than ever. We just shut down Target. We just destroyed Bud Light. We just ripped the bark off of some of the biggest corporations in the country because they went after our kids. And so we're going to... and we're organized. And we're creating a brand new media. Nobody really cares about the corporate legacy press anymore. They like tune in to us. Like they're all getting fired and we're growing. And that's because of you. And we love you. We appreciate you. And we say thank you. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. All right. Well, somebody's... Oh man. Yes, Rolls Royce. You pop on. Somebody called Rolls Royce the Cuban Kid. I would never approve of that name. I'm not gonna make a shirt that says that for Royce. Royce is very proud of his Cuban heritage. Royce is very, very proud of his Cuban heritage. Do we have one more? Do we have the Joe Rogan one? Do we have time? Do we have time to load one more? Let's do it. Let's end on a happy note here with our boy Joe Rogan, who's been true to form, has been calling out Joe Biden and his dementia since square one, has actually a really epic rant against Joe Biden and the people who did this to Joe Biden, saying that Joe Biden's obviously not in charge here. And we'll see. We'll see. We're proud of you. We're proud of this nation. We're proud of this team. We're proud of just being able to see. Joe Biden fell, and 5 minutes later, we were live. Joe Rogan up? It's going. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess the final thing I'll say here before we close it out with the Joe Rogan clip is this. You make all of this possible. We're not just sitting around. This is not our normal time to go live. We're not like sitting around waiting for Joe Biden to fall. We're just prepared. We're prepared because we love you. We're prepared because we love this audience. Please subscribe. Please click like. Please click share. We will be here for you. And trust me, Joe Biden collapsing onto his face ain't even scratching the surface for what we're going to get into in 2024. It is going to be a madhouse. It is going to be raging wild what happens in 2024. You're going to want the news. You're going to want the notifications. You're going to want to ring the bell. You're going to want to know when we're live, and we'll be there for you. That's our promise. Be there for us. Join the Benny Brigade. We have some big things coming. You'll be able to actually literally join the Benny Brigade quite soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Till then, Joe Rogan, can't think of anyone better to sign us off. A man that I respect a great deal, and a man who's been calling balls and strikes on Joe Biden since day one. Ladies and gentlemen, take us away. Joe Biden collapsing on his face. Special report.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!